Most people think building wealth is like filling a swimming pool with a garden hose. Same flow rate, same speed, linear progress. But here's what most people miss. Getting to your first $100,000 takes about 7.5 years of consistent investing, but going from $100,000 to a million, just 22 more years? Think about that math for a second. The first 10% of your millionaire journey takes 25% of the time. It's like pushing a boulder up a mountain. You're doing all the work, seeing minimal progress, wondering if this even makes sense. We've all been there, checking our investment account after a great month of saving. You saved $500, the market went up 2%, and your total gain is $12. Meanwhile, your wealthy uncle made $10,000 last month doing absolutely nothing. But here's the beautiful truth hiding in those numbers. That seemingly unfair advantage your uncle has, you're about to steal it. Chapter 1. Charlie Munger's Brutal Wisdom. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner, once said something that made financial advisors everywhere cringe. The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it. Now, Charlie Munger is worth billions. This man could lose $100,000 in his couch cushions and not notice. So why does he call it such a struggle? Because Munger understands something profound about wealth building. It's not really about the money. It's about who you become earning it. Those 7.5 years aren't just about accumulation. You're literally rewiring your brain. You're building what psychologists call financial delayed gratification muscles. Every time you skip the expensive dinner, every time you drive past the car dealership, every time you see your friends' vacation photos and stay home, you're becoming someone else. It's kind of like going to the gym, except instead of posting mirror selfies, you're quietly building an empire. And nobody notices until you're suddenly retired at 45. Chapter 2. The Compound Interest Awakening. Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He began with reverent appreciation. Whether he actually said it doesn't matter, because the math is about to blow your mind. When you have $10,000 invested and the market goes up 10%, you make $1,000. When you have $10,000 invested and the market goes up 10%, you make $1,000. $100,000 and the market goes up 10%, you make $10,000. Same effort, same market, 10 times the reward. But here's where it gets insane. At $100,000, earning 10% per year, you're making $10,000 annually. If you're saving $1,000 per month, that's $12,000 per year. Your money is almost matching your savings. This is the moment you break through the barrier. You go from pushing the boulder to riding it, from rowing upstream to catching the current. We spend our entire financial lives thinking linearly. Save X dollars, have X dollars. But compound interest is exponential. It starts as a whisper and becomes a roar. And that roar begins at $100,000. Chapter 3. The Crossover Point. There's a day coming in your financial journey that flips the entire script. A day most people never even notice. The day your investments make more money than you can save. Imagine this. You've been diligently saving $1,000 every single month for years. It's been hard. You've made sacrifices. Then one random Tuesday, you check your account, and your investments gained $1,200 last month. While you were sleeping, while you were working, while you were living your life. This is what I call the crossover point, and it typically happens right around, you guessed it, $100,000. It's like hiring an employee who works 24/7, never complains, never takes vacation, and their only job is making you rich. Suddenly you're not building wealth alone anymore. You've got a partner. And this partner gets stronger every single day. Chapter 4. The Snowball Effect. You know how a snowball rolling down a mountain starts tiny and becomes massive? That's not just a metaphor for wealth. It's literally the mathematics. Here's the brutal math that gets glossed over. Starting from zero, saving $1,000 per month at 10% returns. Year 1, you end with about $12,600. Year 2, $26,500. You're working your ass off and the needle barely moves. But watch what happens after $100,000. Year 8 to 9, you go from $100,000 to $125,000. Year 9 to 10, $125,000 to $155,000. Same savings, same returns. But now you're adding $30,000 per year. The snowball doesn't just get bigger, it accelerates. Each revolution adds more snow than the last. Each year becomes more powerful than the previous. This is why wealthy people seem to get richer doing nothing. They're not geniuses. They just started their snowball earlier, and once it's rolling, good luck stopping it. Chapter 5. The Psychology Shift. Something strange happens to your brain when you hit $100,000. You stop being a saver and become an investor. Before $100,000, every market dip feels like a punch to the gut. You check your account, see red numbers, and think, I'm losing money. Your instinct is to sell to protect what little you have. But after $100,000, market dips become opportunities. You see stocks on sale. You actually hope for corrections, because now you understand the game. At first, every wave terrifies you. You're just trying not to drown. But once you understand the ocean, you start looking for bigger waves. This psychological shift is worth more than the money itself, because someone with an investor mindset and $10,000 will always beat someone with a saver mindset and $100,000. The funny thing is, we all think we need more financial education, but really we just need $100,000 to make it click. Appreciate you sticking around. If you liked what you heard, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your take. And if you know someone who'd enjoy this, share it with them. Chapter 6. The Return Domination. Let me paint you a picture that will reshape how you see wealth forever. The average person makes about $60,000 per year. That's $5,000 per month before taxes. Now imagine having $500,000 invested earning 10% annually. That's $50,000 per year, or $4,166 per month. Your investments are making almost as much as a full-time job. But here's the kicker. You don't have to commute to your investments. They don't require meetings, no performance reviews. They just work. While you sleep, while you vacation, while you live your life. This is what I call return domination. When your money makes more money than you make money, and it starts happening in small ways right around $100,000. 1 month, your investments might make $800 while you saved $1,000. Then $1,200 while you saved $1,000. Then $2,000, until eventually your savings become almost irrelevant. Your money has graduated from assistant to CEO. Chapter 7. Breaking the Time Barrier. So everyone wants to know, how do I get to $100,000 faster? How do I compress those 7.5 years? The answer isn't what you think. It's not about finding the perfect stock or timing the market. It's about 3 unsexy but incredibly powerful strategies. First, the automation override. You set up automatic transfers the day after payday, before your brain even knows the money exists. You can't spend what you never see. It sounds stupidly obvious, but it's like flossing. Everyone knows they should do it, almost nobody actually does. Second, the income multiplication strategy. Instead of trying to save more from your current income, you create additional income streams. A side hustle bringing in $500 per month cuts your timeline by 2 years. Third, the geographic arbitrage secret. Live like you make $40,000 while earning $60,000. Move somewhere cheaper. Drive an older car. Embrace minimalism. You know what's cooler than looking rich? Being rich. Chapter 8. The automation advantages. The number one reason people fail to build wealth isn't lack of income. It's decision fatigue. Every month you tell yourself you'll invest what's left over, but there's never anything left over. Because money is like a gas. It expands to fill available space. The solution is beautifully simple. You make one decision instead of 12. You automate everything. Set up automatic transfers to your investment accounts, automatic bill pay, automatic rebalancing. Your entire financial life runs on autopilot. While you focus on living, it's funny how we'll use GPS to avoid thinking about directions, but we insist on manually managing our money every month. Like we're financial GPS systems ourselves. Spoiler alert, we're not. The wealthy don't have more willpower than you. They just have better systems. And systems beat willpower every single time. Chapter 9. The Identity Transformation. Here's the hidden challenge. The hardest part of reaching $100,000 isn't the money. It's becoming someone you've never been. You grew up with certain beliefs about money. Maybe that rich people are greedy. Maybe that there's never enough. Maybe that people like you don't become wealthy. These beliefs are your invisible prison. But as you approach $100,000, something shifts. You start seeing yourself differently. You're not someone who has money. You're someone who creates money. You stop saying, I can't afford that, and start saying, that's not a priority. You stop thinking in paychecks and start thinking in decades. You stop being a consumer and become an owner. This identity shift is why lottery winners go broke. They got the money without becoming the person. But you're earning every dollar of that identity, and that's why your wealth will last. Chapter 10. The Momentum Multiplier. Once you hit $100,000, something remarkable happens. Every additional $100,000 comes faster than the last. It's not motivation. It's mathematics. The first $100,000 might take 7.5 years. The second $100,000, about 5 years. The third, 3.5 years. By the time you're going from $400,000 to $500,000, it takes less than 2 years. This is why the rich get richer, not because the system is rigged, although let's be honest, it kind of is, but because momentum is a force of nature. Think about pushing a merry-go-round. The first push is brutal. You're fighting inertia. But once it's spinning, tiny pushes keep it going faster. Your wealth works the exact same way. Most people quit during the first push. They never experience the momentum. But you're going to be different, because now you understand the game. So here's your blueprint starting today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not January 1st. Today. Step 1. Calculate exactly how long it will take you to reach $100,000 at your current savings rate. Use any compound interest calculator online. Face the truth, even if it hurts. Step 2. Set up automatic transfers for the day after your paycheck hits. Start with whatever you can. Even $100, the amount matters less than the habit. Step 3. Open investment accounts if you haven't already. 401k, Roth IRA, taxable brokerage. Stop researching and start doing. Step 4. Buy broad market index funds and forget about them. You're not a day trader. You're not Warren Buffett. You're someone building wealth slowly and surely. Step 5. Find one way to increase your income this month. Ask for a raise, start a side hustle, sell stuff you don't need. Every extra dollar accelerates your timeline. Look, I know $100,000 seems impossible right now, like staring up at Mount Everest from base camp. But every single millionaire has stood exactly where you're standing. They all face the same doubt, the same fear, the same seemingly impossible math. the only difference between them and everyone else? They started climbing anyway. Your wealth explosion begins with a single decision. Not to be perfect, not to be brilliant, just to begin. Because once you reach that first $100,000, you'll look back and realize something incredible. The mountain you were climbing was actually a launch pad